I want you to try and pull that shit on Facebook and see how long you last. You ungrateful mother. Seriously. You keep crying censorship this, censorship that. You're not censored. Your takes just suck. I'm not an enemy of anyone, but if you hate me for saying this, so be it. I don't care.
It sounds like he cares. It sounds like he cares an awful lot, actually.
Hey, it's Jordan. I am in Flint, Michigan, East Palestine, Ohio, Tumwa, Iowa. Please support the only independent outlet on the ground covering what the corporate media covers up.
What's up, everybody? Ron Placone here, reporting for Status Coup. So first and foremost, real quick before we get into it, the screen is gone. I told you guys the screen was going to be gone at the new year. We're pretty close to the new year. The screen is gone. This is just an interim look. I got to figure out something. White walls aren't doing me any favors. So Elon Musk, you probably heard about the tiff that Elon Musk and Laura Loomer had, and also MAGA in general. It was Elon Musk and Vivek on one side and MAGA on the other, and it was about visas. Elon Musk and Vivek said the visas are good, and MAGA said, no, that's America first. We don't want those visas. Those are immigrants. And they had a big tiff about it. This video is not about that specifically, if you couldn't pick it up yet. But here's what happened. Elon Musk has an alleged burner account named Adrian Dittman. Now, this Adrian Dittman person happens to agree with Elon Musk on everything, happens to also be a South African billionaire, but may or may not be Elon Musk himself. So here's what I want to talk about. Laura Loomer had a Twitter space with Adrian Dittman, and she said that the conversation was productive, and she hopes Elon Musk reinstates her Twitter. And I guess they spoke the peace pipe. But I want you guys to listen to this. Listen to this verbiage here. Kyle Kalinske played this. This is what happened on the Twitter space. Here's the Adrian Dittman person speaking
at the MAGA base. Here we go.
Thank you all for coming today.
Sounds just like Elon Musk, first of all. I mean, just a spitting, like, sounds exactly like Elon Musk. So may or may not be Elon Musk, quote unquote, but happens to also be a billionaire from South Africa, happens to agree with Elon Musk on everything, and happens to sound exactly like him to the T. But anyway, moving on.
And ironically enough, some elements of the extreme legacy MAGA movement will have to deal with it as well, because that's how it is. And don't hate the fucking big tech bros, because out of all of them, Elon is the only one that's giving all of these crackheads a fucking voice. I want you to try and pull that shit on fucking Facebook and see how long you last. You ungrateful motherfuckers, seriously. You keep crying censorship this, censorship that. You're not censored. Your takes just suck. Get over it and get over yourselves. Honestly. I'm not an enemy of anyone, but if you hate me for saying this, so fucking be it. I don't care.
It sounds like he cares. It sounds like he cares an awful lot, actually. So now, real quick, I will give credit where credit is due. You're not censored. Your takes just fucking suck. Should be on a t-shirt. Should be on a t-shirt. Now, granted, the guy who said this, but yeah. Now, my reason for bringing all of this up. Have you ever found yourself on Twitter and you're wondering, why am I getting a bunch of far-right, neo-Nazi in some cases stuff on my feed? I know I get that. I'll log on to Twitter. There will be literal Nazi stuff. I don't follow those accounts. I don't engage with any of those accounts. I instantly block accounts like that if they engage with me. And yet I see this stuff on my feed. And I'm like, why am I seeing this stuff on my feed? So, and by the way, Elon Musk's grandfather was a Nazi. Elon Musk does not distance himself very far from it. Ron, do you have a receipt on that? Yes. Go listen to the Dollop episode on Elon Musk. Go listen to that episode. Dollop, fantastic podcast. Go listen to the episode on Elon Musk. But what he said here kind of just confirms what's really going on Twitter. Now, we all know that if you pay money, you get amplified. You can now pay to have your tweets amplified, and if you don't pay, your tweets basically get buried, especially if you use links. If you use outside links, you might as well you're just yelling down a void. They don't show it. But let me read this to you again, what he said. Don't hate the fucking tech bros. Out of all of them, Elon, again, this guy, for sure not Elon. Elon is the only one that's giving all these crackheads a fucking voice. Sounds like he's not a big fan of his base, doesn't it? I want you to try to pull that shit on Facebook and see how long you last, you ungrateful motherfuckers. What he's basically saying here, in not so many words, is that he's rigging the algorithm for MAGA in the far right. That's what he's saying. He's like, hey, I'm the one giving you a voice. I'm the one giving you a voice. Because guess what Facebook feeds you? I've talked about this before on the show. I'll talk about it again. When people say things like, oh, Facebook has this bias or this or that, it's not accurate, because all Facebook does, all social media does, is try to keep you on their platform. So if you're on Facebook and you're kind of using it as a news feed and you're clicking on right-wing stuff, guess what? It's going to feed you more right-wing stuff. If you're clicking on more center-left stuff or left stuff, it's going to feed you more of that. Now, granted, it does have some parameters. It will censor some things that it deems, not okay in the world of Mark Zuckerberg, but it will just keep feeding you things in that wheelhouse. Here is Elon Musk straight up saying that he's giving you guys a voice. And who is he talking to in that case? Well, he's talking to MAGA and the far right. MAGA into the right of MAGA, which is, Nazis. I would say that's the right of MAGA is Nazis. So Elon's literally just admitting it. He's just admitting it there. And that's, if that is not Elon Musk, he has a twin out there. A literal twin who shares all of his beliefs, who is also a South African billionaire and who sounds exactly like him to the T. But Laura Loomer thought this was a positive meeting, by the way, as she just kind of wants her Twitter reinstated. So to me, that was a very, very, very interesting nugget that kind of likely got buried amidst this entire event. Now, again, I don't have much to say about the event itself. They're going back and forth on visas, whatever. But, man, he just said it out loud that Twitter is just a far-right playground. He's made it that way. I'm still on Twitter. I will always call it Twitter, by the way. I'm still there. I do still find some value in it, but my feed is just full of a bunch of far-right nonsense that I don't follow. I don't follow it. Why am I seeing it? Well, now I see why. It's because he's pumping that in the algorithm. Elon Musk is making sure people see these tweets. He's making sure that those are the tweets that get amplified. This is nothing we didn't already know. It's just really, really interesting when you hear it right from his mouth. Allegedly. Potentially Elon Musk's burner account. We don't know for sure. That's hilarious. And y'all, before we get out of here, is your New Year's resolution to see more indie film? What about a film that calls out the Wall Street machine through the backdrop of a fun family story? Well, guess what? You're in luck. You can pre-order my movie, Left at Wall, now. Some of y'all know I've been working on that movie for years. We had a wonderful screening run that concluded in London. We did a couple festivals, and now we are finally out to release to the world, and you can pre-order it on Apple TV now. You can just go to Apple TV, type in Left at Wall, it pops up, or the link will be below. We'll have the link below to pre-order the movie. If you are able, please give us a pre-order. The more pre-orders we get, the better we'll be when we're an official new release. We'll get a better listing. We'll get a better placement. We might even make the front page. So please, if you are able, give us a pre-order. You can do that. Again, Apple TV, type in Left at Wall, or the link will be down below. The movie is officially released on January 24th. If you don't use Apple TV, no worries, because there's a bunch of other platforms that are going to carry the movie too. So on January 24th, you'll be able to get it a bunch of different places. I'll make more announcements about the specifics on all that as the date gets closer. But in the meantime, if you're seeing a bunch of far-right stuff on your Twitter, now you know why without a single doubt. You literally just heard it. And this is Ron Placone for Status Coup, signing out.